Your yes to motherhood does not mean no to your identity.
Whether you're a mom by birth or by the foster system, you are still you. God called you by name, not just by your title.
We started on our knees, had no one light. Then we found our way to church. God got our vision set right. You pulled us out the dirt. Now we're walking in our purpose, not just shopping in vain. We're calling our Holy Father, staying away from the lies, 'cause you taught us how to apply. We got the way you do it. Yeah, you did it, and you did it. When the road got rough, you pulled us through it. You always do it. Yeah, you did it. Yeah, we got the way you do it. Yeah. Walk a little different by avenue. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to Different by Avenue. I'm Dee, and I'm sitting here with Bree.
Yeah.
Today is actually March 25th, which is the Feast of Annunciation, which I don't know. I was born and raised Catholic. I don't know if you know, that's when the archangel came down and told Mary that she was going to bear the Son of
Oh,
God.
okay.
It's not one of the big Catholic celebrations, but it is a Catholic holiday. So
Okay.
if you're celebrating, it's kind of a
A big deal.
right, something we should celebrate.
Yes, yes. The Annunciation. I like that. Okay. It's a day all about saying yes, basically, to God's plan, even when it looks like nothing like what you imagine. So please say yes. When God is calling you to do something, just say yes. Go with it. But let's go ahead and pray. Lord, thank you for the yes in our lives. Thank you for the children you've placed in our homes, whether through birth or through the system. Help us to be great mothers without losing the women you created us to be. Amen.
Amen. We are two wives, two moms, and two friends navigating very different avenues headed towards the same destination.
We've seen the messy, the miraculous, and what did we sign up for moments? And we're here to share it all.
Today, we are talking about our origin stories as moms. I came at it from more traditional perspective, a marriage, and then the biological transition.
And I came at it through the avenue of a foster care system. It was fast, it was intense, and it changed my marriage, my lifestyle just instantly.
Now, for me, it was more of like the natural step. I got married, and then the next thing you do is have kids. But I don't think I was ready at all for the mental load. I mean, it really was a big shock, and I had to learn how to be a wife and a mom
Mhm.
without the wife part getting swallowed whole.
See, mine was more of like a mommy boot camp. In the foster system, you're dealing with the child's past trauma, a lot of paperwork, and their biological families, all while trying to keep your marriage from cracking underneath the pressure.
Yeah, I saw you go through the fire a lot. How did you and Bo keep the us alive during all of that?
There were times where we had to be ruthless about our time,
Mhm.
right? If we didn't fight for the us, the system would have eaten our marriage alive.
Yeah, I mean, and you go through a physical shift in your actual world thing. I mean, you had to have all of the supplies and all of the things for fully grown adults. I can say not for adult. She wasn't an adult, but
Acted as if she was an adult.
yeah, yeah, right. But I mean, you had to shift past a few steps.
Yes.
At least, I mean, from my perspective, I had a transition period.
Mhm.
I was getting ready for it. Everyone knew this is what's happening in 9 months' time.
Yeah.
There will be a baby. And then from there, okay, he will grow and things will transition into, I don't know, you learn as you go. So
Yes.
what, what was your dynamic shift as a mom and then also as a wife?
It was quite unique. So we did have the benefit of I was first her mentor, and she kind of got the insight that, hey, we would love to be your family in the future if that's something you want. And she got to be a part of our second ceremony. So we got married in 2023, and then we had a large ceremony for family and friends in 2024. At that time, you were giving birth.
Yeah, yeah.
So you didn't get to take part in that part.
I couldn't go.
Yeah.
I was so sad too.
Man, could you just imagine Sebastian just like
Are you I know, we would have figured out a way to make a ring bearer somehow. It would have happened, absolutely.
Man, but, so yes, she was a part of that. I do have photos where everything looks great on the surface, but there were some moments where you could see, like, the trauma that she had already been in, because quite frankly, she was raised by someone else. At that time, she was 10, going on 11.
Mhm.
So she already had her mind set up on the way the previous family did things, and that's how she thought this family should do things. But of course, our family is a little bit different. A lot of the prior foster homes were just maybe moms. There were no dads involved.
Oh, yeah?
So for having Bo, a very outspoken, he's a strict dad.
Mm.
He's fun, but there are times when he says something, he's saying it, and that means that's what it's going to
Yep.
be. So that was a learning curve for me, especially. But on the flip side, it made me fall in love with Bo all over again. I loved seeing him in daddy mode in real time.
Yeah.
That was an amazing part. Now for me, I did have a glimpse where I felt like I lost myself. Towards the end, I felt like I was losing my sanity because I'm like, why am I arguing with an 11-year-old? And at some point, I would just be like, you know what? Forget it. You argue with yourself, and I'm gonna go in here and relax and just watch TV because I only get Saturday really off to where I can just woosah because Sunday is a church day. We're going to church. We're doing this. We're doing that. So I'm like, okay, just go do you. I don't care what you do at this moment. Just go do it away, and we'll reconvene. So yes, definitely a whirlwind. Mommy boot camp is serious.
No kidding. Yeah, but, I mean, and you're thrown into preteen mommy boot camp
Yes. Yes.
versus I mean, mine doesn't talk back yet. He's got attitude at this point that it's him trying to talk back, but it's not
Yes.
he physically can't talk back yet.
Yes.
And reasoning with someone who's been through all of that trauma,
Mhm.
been through all of that, you're both you're reasoning with each other, your husband and you're reasoning with an 11-year-old who's on a whole nother level.
Mhm.
She's not understanding your ways or your morals or your life experiences that have made you the way that you are, the way you say things, the
Yeah.
way that you want to discipline.
Mhm.
You're yeah. Yeah. I don't envy. I know that feels so incredibly hard. Mind you, mine I mean, we struggled when we talk about last year being the most difficult
Mm.
because of that, because we both were growing in motherhood. My flip side was postpartum, and I've read every book. You name it, I had
Yes.
it. I watched every video. I made sure I was prepared for all the physical things that were going to happen to me, and I was blessed to be able to have a natural birth, no medicine. I thought, I guess I could do that. I can birth a child. Holy moly. But then I had a slow burn. I was soaking up all of the newborn stuff, but at the same time I am physically injured. I'm not whole. I've lost a physical thing inside of you. You grow. Even the placenta is something that, as a mom, I don't know. I know what's coming,
Mm.
but the idea of they say it's a dish-sized wound inside of you. I
Mhm.
don't. I didn't think about that. I know I physically had to. You need
Yeah.
to take it easy. You need to.
Yes.
But how do I get back to normal life? I run my own business.
Mm.
I'm a wife. I've got a newborn now that is attached to me.
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, what's next? To me, I carry camera equipment all the time.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine. I can physically carry a thing, but you have an auditory
Been
that happens regularly on consistent
Yes.
basis. On top of I should eat. I should take care of myself and go
Mhm.
to the bathroom and take a shower. The simple
Yes.
things that I have to revert back to. My husband was incredible in the transition because he took it all on. But we still need to live. He needed to
Yes.
go back to work. I needed to go back to work. We don't have the privilege of just, okay, well, let me take
Stay
a
at
year
home.
off and
Yeah.
stay at home. It was, okay, we need to now blend this all together. I had a really, really hard time with postpartum and only recently figured out a routine or a flow that works for the family and works for all of us to where I can feel comfortable going on date nights. I think my biggest shock becoming a wife who is also a mom
Mm.
was I didn't realize how I had to think about doing stuff together. Mom mode absolutely kicked in hard to where I don't want to leave him. I don't it hurt me to think about the idea of him just staying with one of the grandmas, with them or my mother-in-law or my mom. Like, but what happens if something happens? And what
Mhm.
okay, I have to believe everything's okay. He's going to be okay. I this is God's plan. And in God's plan is for me to be with this partner.
Yes.
And I wasn't giving him enough time because I was drowning in everything else. I had a really tough time and only now realizing, okay, I have to put it on a calendar. I'm a
Okay.
planner,
Yes.
as we've determined. So I need to put it on a calendar. I need to plan to be a wife too.
Mm,
All the day-to-day stuff is normal. I
okay.
still have to do all the laundry, still have to clean the house. I was doing
Yes.
that already. Now I'm doing double the work because I gotta clean the floors around his high chair 6 times a day, and I've got
Yes. Yes.
so cleaning a whole lot more and doing a whole lot more laundry, but that's the same. But before it was, "Oh, yeah, you wanna go get drinks? Like, let's go. You wanna go out and go on a date night? Look, there's a
Mhm.
show playing." Okay, what do I have to think about? How do I plan? How do
Mhm.
I intentionally reach out and say, "I'm here. I know I'm struggling with blank,
Yes.
but I'm still your wife and I'm still here for you and I'm still doing my duty as his wife."
Okay. And then what about your you time?
Hmm.
How'd you get that fit in with the chaos of just life?
My schedule is ridiculous.
Mm,
I guess, for everyone it's a little different. My me time is the things I find that'll fill my cup or fill me with joy. And so right now I find my me time is in being with other people. So I go to a mom's group at church, that the best group of ladies, but I can talk about, we found sourdough recipes or sourdough at Aldi, and like
okay.
not feel ridiculous for
Yeah.
that being a mom sentence. Like, I found other people who fill my cup, and of course we're at church. So God is another, and I volunteer at church as a photographer there.
Mhm.
And I feel so good. I come home just with extra energy
Yes.
that I know I can take back to my family and take back to my son and my husband because I've given back and I've heard God's word and I've seen it transpire with everyone else around me. So that's filling my cup. When For me time, like, I'll doom scroll. If I'm given the opportunity of just do what you want, I should not do that. I need to plan something because my cup will drain.
Okay.
So to me time, I have to put it in as this is what I'm doing. A
Got
craft
it.
day,
Uh-huh.
a meeting up with the girls, whatever it
Yes.
is, but it's on the calendar.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Mine is when I can get the moment to just kind of like be by myself. So I love on a weekend morning just being in bed. Netflix, I'm not even watching it. I'm just having it on and I'm on my phone. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. And there's some good prayers in there. And I'm like, oh,
Yes. Oh,
thank
you've
you.
got a good algorithm though. I think I have I don't know what I
I
get
have
fed.
to be honest. I have found some amazing songs and I've added them to my Spotify. Follow us on Spotify. And it's made for a pretty good album. Give TikTok a little kudos because they're doing the thing. When you find that algorithm, just keep with it. And if you don't like something, as long as you click the back twice and then start over, it won't continuously just bring up the same stuff. Mhm.
Good tip.
Yes. And now they have auto scroll, which is dangerous.
No, see, I can't do
That's
it.
I
No.
go to sleep with it on now sometimes. So I have to like physically like turn it off, right? You're done. All right, turn the TV off, go to sleep now. So basically those photos that I was talking about, I want to share, they're from our wedding where of course the wedding was gorgeous, right? But behind those eyes, it was tiresome. We just drove a good 5 hours with my grandparents in the back seat, our
Mm.
foster daughter in the back seat, and my grandmother is actually going through a bit of memory loss. So the entire drive, every good 10, 15 minutes, where are we going? I'm like, oh, we're going to Tampa for the wedding. Oh, okay. Who's getting married? I am, mama. Like, so the whole thing about the wedding was I wanted to have the second wedding because my ultimate dream was for my grandparents to be there. My grandparents had a big part in raising me, and my grandfather actually showed me how a man's supposed to love a woman. They've been married 65 years later this
Oh,
year. 65 years is a long time.
yeah, no
And
kidding.
My grandma's a lot of work. I love her to death, but she knows she's a lot of work. So I wanted them to be a part of it. And to have that done, it was exhausting,
Mhm.
the journey to get there. And then to have our foster daughter in the back, like, oh, why we have to be in the car? And then getting dressed that morning. And Bo and I actually had a blow up in the terminal where, like, we were both frustrated for a moment. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, we have to say our vows in like an hour and we're literally upset with each other right now. Like we're at our wits end. So we get past it. We say some amazing vows and then we're taking pictures. And I have to be honest, in the pictures that I wanted, I didn't necessarily want our foster daughter in every photo, but she was in every photo.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be like, oh, sweetheart, stand out. No, no, no. I want her to feel loved and welcome, of course. Jump in. So my husband and I did have to take additional photos later on in the year because there was wedding photos that I've always wanted. So I did get that. And then after all that, the whirlwind and being mommy 24/7 for months on end, the end result was she was moved to family in a different country. And we were so happy for her. We wanted her to just be happy. But that then caused a whole nother psychological type warfare thing. Because it did feel like we lost a part of our family. But I have to remember God had her with us for a reason. Yes, it was just a season. But through that, she did get to see a little bit of God in it. So I'm just praying that she takes that going with her forward. Maybe she saw the little moments where we were praying when we got in the car, like asking God to let us get there safely and back home safely. Like I hope some of that just sinks in. You know, um, that's the one thing that I hope really, really, really she gets to take forward.
I know you will instill in any child who comes down your path absolutely God's incredible grace and everything that you embody that won't ever be a doubt. I think I'm incredibly amazed at how quick you are to just pick up and run, and this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it. Any challenge that's thrown your way, you've overcome with such grace that I'm taking notes, especially I joke, but I'm in my like baby journey as a Christian, having transitioned from Catholic to Christianity, that even just something as simple as prayer and talking with God,
Mhm.
that you have such ease of it, and that I'm still learning, and I'm trying to teach to my son everything you do is for him. So even I'm getting emotional. Today, I swear, he looked up at the bookshelf and said Bible to
Oh,
know that I'm doing that.
yes. You're doing something right. And then what does he do when what's his key word? And he'll put his arms up?
I say praise the Lord. I'm like, I'm doing something right.
Yes. Yes. You're an amazing mom and you're on the right path. You're doing everything that you want to and should be doing, right? And you're doing it for the best cause out there. And I think you're giving your son the best start. I mean, you're starting him off knowing that there is a God and there's Jesus that gave his life. So I think your son is going to be set up for success. He's good.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I didn't mean to bring you to tears.
Oh
You gonna
no,
be
it's a
okay,
good.
mama?
Oh, it's a good one. Well, as a mom, I think I cry every day, multiple times a day, but always for various things. I think yesterday I cried because I was trying to find the oatmeal that got stuck between the cabinet and the wall. So that overwhelmed me. So, it's okay. Every day.
I understand. Definitely understand.
I refuse to to just be a snack getter. I need my photography. I need my girls' trips, and I need my husband to see me, not
Mhm.
just the mom.
Exactly. You can't pour from an empty cup. And it's not about being perfect. With being a cool mom, it's about just being there. Kids will always look back at the moments where they maybe were getting an award. They want to know who is in the stands for them. So I think that's one of the most important things. And it's most important about you being a whole person, not just a mom, not just a wife, not just D. You're a whole person. You're everything.
Takeaway today: your yes to motherhood does not mean no to your identity.
Whether you're a mom by birth or by the foster system, you are still you. God called you by name, not just by your title.
Now, if you're struggling to find the you again, and you can come hang out with me at the Faith and Finger Paints workshop, get some creative, find your spark, and learn how to continue capturing your legacy and your mom and motherhood and that journey as well, all through the Faith and Finger Paints workshop. Check out the link in our bio.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you got more for me, right?
Yes. I have a TikTok, of course.
As
Like,
always.
what's new?
Stay-at-home moms have it so easy. They're home all day, so cleaning should be no problem. Actually, no, working moms have it easier. They get a break from their kids while they're at work. So which is it? Who actually has the easier job? Because stay-at-home moms are like, easier? I'm on the clock 24/7. No lunch breaks, no sick days, no quiet times. At least working moms get to go to the office. But then working moms are like, I leave my kids all day, work full time, and then come home to second shift, dinner, homework, baths, bedtime, all crammed into a few exhausted hours. One group is drowning in constant chaos. The other is racing the clock every single night. So who has it easier? Or does it even matter? Because the truth is, both groups have the same exact tasks. The difference is when and how they get them done. As someone who spent most of her adult life as a working mom and now is a stay-at-home mom who homeschools and runs her own company, I've lived on both sides. So here are 3 survival tips for each one. For stay-at-home moms, lower the bar. Your house doesn't need to be perfect, it needs to be functional. Number 2, protect some you time. Wake up 20 to 30 minutes earlier, or hand them Play-Doh and turn on the TV. Whatever you need to do. Number 3, outsource when you can. Grocery pickup, paper plates, survival matters. For working moms, make evenings simpler, not better. Easy dinners are better than impressive dinners. Number 2, prep ahead. One intentional day can save your sanity all week long. Number 3, do the shutdown at the end of the night. Everyone's gone during the day, right? So when you get back home from work, you're not stepping into chaos because you've shut it down the night before. So I'll ask again, who do you think has it easier? Or are we all just tired in different ways?
So
Man.
much. Absolutely just completely exhausted in different ways.
Yes, yes. Now I have one more that's a little more controversial.
Okay, okay.
So let's see this one.
The majority of mothers around the globe have a job and they have to raise their kids,
Right.
like a real job. So the ones that only do the mothering, that say that's their full-time job, that is privilege. That is a gift. That is a
Right.
absolute luxury that you can do that.
Right.
It really
Absolutely.
is, to be able to say, oh, my full-time job is staying at home and taking care of my children. For people that are working a couple of jobs, they're looking at that woman going, bitch, you don't know what having a full-time job is.
Absolutely.
No,
man.
you do know what having a full-time job is.
Yeah.
Because it is 24/7.
Yes.
1,000%. The ones I've seen, I'll have to send you some TikToks because I'm
Okay.
really bad at that. But I'll send it to you. The ones where it's like, oh, I'm applying for this job. You will have to do all of the washing and cleaning and dishes. You'll have to do all of the cooking for 5 meals a day because kids, all the snacks and everything too. You're going to need to stay up with
Mhm.
them if something happens to your client. You're going to
fault.
have to make sure you take care of them. So it
Yeah.
may be a 24-hour shift.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to have to clean up feces and other
That's the nursing
projectile
part. Yep.
potentials. So we're going to, for all of those jobs, which are like 6
You're
jobs
a nurse,
in one,
you're a manager, you're a cook, you're a therapist, you're
house
the
cleaning,
doctor,
the-
you're
yeah,
the cleaner.
yeah.
Yes, you're everything.
and you're going to be getting paid 0.
Yep. Get
And
paid
being
in love.
screamed at the whole time that's happening.
Yeah.
All of that and also screamed at.
Yes.
Do you want to get paid nothing?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. All the hugs in the world. Like, I love the hugs, but it's like
Oh.
I
No
need
one
a
can
moment.
tell me that it's any and now I'm going to give that a third option because you give stay-at-home mom
Mhm.
and a going to an office working mom,
And we're not in that boat.
stay-at-home working mom.
Yes. That's a whole different ballgame.
I'm not only taking care of a child,
Mhm.
but I'm also taking care of all of the children at work
Yeah.
because seriously, isn't half of our jobs just babysitting? So
And pacifying clients and yes, all of that.
while managing a household,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I think both of our husbands are really good at that taking over.
Yes.
But they are working out of the house.
Yes.
So they leave,
Mm-hmm.
go take care of work at their offices, at their destination,
Uh-huh.
and then come and take care of the work at the house.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it's eliminating anything on me.
No.
I still have a full-time job's work of things to do.
Yes.
But yeah, maybe I don't have to worry about mowing the lawn or I don't have to worry about
Taking the trash out.
Yeah, there's things that are not also on my list, so yes, but it's not necessarily
Alleviating enough at
yes.
times. Yes, no, I get you
It is still it
100%.
is still 2 full-time jobs.
Mhm.
That is and it's something that a lot I hear way more often than I thought I was more of an anomaly
Yeah.
than a standard, but there's a huge percentage of women who are doing both, that
Mhm.
are staying home, homeschooling, because I mean,
Yes.
I think that's where my path is gonna end up going too,
Mhm.
so microschooling or homeschooling, I'm still there.
Yes.
I don't get to leave and go away. I have the blessing of both of his grandparents, so my mom and mother-in-law, to be able to come by and help out and spend time with their
Yes.
grandson, but they're really there to make sure I can do Zoom calls without my son joining or to do anything. You name the chore that is
Yes.
harder to do with a kid on my hip or making
Mhm.
sure he's not sticking his finger in an
Socket.
electrical socket. Yeah, she didn't even go far enough. You want controversy? Yeah, I do think it is absolutely a luxury. I don't know. I guess I can understand why it would be controversial, but it's a luxury to be able to stay and put 100% of myself into being a mom would
Mhm. Nice.
be
But I
so
think
great.
I would go stir crazy. I'm gonna be honest. Stir crazy 24/7. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you, we're just staring at
Oh, but
each other.
it's not just that because I take my son out to do those, like, the My Gym
But no, I'm talking
places
about
and,
when
like
they're first born. That's all y'all can
oh, yes,
do.
yes, yes, yes,
They're not
yes,
able to go
yes.
get up
No.
and do
No,
anything
it's
just yet.
true.
You're just staring at each
No,
other.
but that was easier, I think, for me. That was so much easier because I could go and sit at a Panera and work
Okay.
and have him with me.
Mhm.
Eh
No
yeah,
one would
every
know.
2 hours I'd fed him or
Okay.
or he fell back asleep or changed a
Yes.
diaper, but it wasn't now I have to keep him entertained. Now there's
Okay.
gotta be things happening, and I'm not gonna raise a tablet or TV baby
Okay.
while I still give him, television every once in a while. It's
Yes.
always educational as best I could do. So, I'm not saying anything, I'm not against it, but I don't want that to be my crutch, and that's the only thing that he does.
Yeah.
So, I have to stop and read a book. I have
Mhm.
to stop and make sure that he's get interacted with when he's eating. I'm
Yes.
not looking at work and my son is simultaneously playing. It's
Mhm.
all happening
That's the same.
included together. So,
Yes.
I'm writing emails. Heck, sometimes I'm saying it out loud. I'm just emailing, so I'm
Yes.
using my voice to
Yes.
wait, yeah, that goes back to the cheats.
Mhm.
1000% if you can do it. Instacart, cleaning services, if
Yeah.
you've got any of the ability and the privilege to get disposable plates instead of doing dishes, percent do all the
Mhm.
shortcuts you can and take advantage because that's the only way.
Yeah, and you gotta give yourself grace throughout because if you're hard on yourself, you're not gonna do anything but end up on, like, the
Yep.
merry-go-round, going around and around and just being angry, and that's not gonna get you anywhere.
So, what do you think? I think that's a wrap
Yes.
on episode 4. We love you guys.
Yay. Yes, yes, yes. Next week is April Fool's Day, and we're bringing our girl Melissa for an episode called Forget Those Kids. Of course, it's a play on words. We're not going to truly forget anybody's kids. We love them, okay? We're talking about the joys, the fears, and the things they did not warn us about.
Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious and very real.
Yes.
So we'll see you next on the Avenue.
And remember, follow us on Different by Avenue on all social medias. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Another day, another walk, keeping faith in the stride. No matter where the avenue goes, he's the one to always provide. From the dirt to the grace, you gotta keep the faith. Trust the spirit and the truth. Yeah. Because God will never lose. See you next time. We got a way you do it. Yeah, you did it. Yeah, you did it. When the road got rock, you pulled up to it. You always do it. Yeah, you did it. Yeah, we got a way you do it. Yeah. It's on a different by avenue.